Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and student scum. My name is Ethel Chop, and it gives me dreadful griping pains to be here this evening for what will undoubtedly be an extraordinary waste of time for all of us. Having said that, we've got a bit to get through, so if you could get your hands out of each other's shorts and put your crack pipes away for a few seconds, you might learn something. Because you certainly won't learn anything just wandering the streets of Northbridge. The only thing you'll pick up out there is a good dose of syphilis. Or 7 excruciating ways to burst your hymen. Although, by the looks of some of you, that warning's come a little too late. Comedy is a vile business. In my day, comedians painted their faces with boot polish, which was most amusing. Yes, do they? Oh, shut up, love. And you know, these days it's just a bunch of boozy, brain-dead bums that wouldn't know a joke if it fell out of their flatulent backsides. I'm telling you, my cat Soxy could get more laughs with his sphincter. But I should say, at this particular juncture, that contrary to what you may think, I in fact do my own makeup and hair. Yes, I know what you think. Thank you. I know what you're thinking, though. Is there anything this talented woman can't do? And I have to say yes, as a matter of fact, there is. I must admit I find it very difficult to pretend to be interested in your pathetic lives. But that's hardly my fault, is it? And I'd like to talk to... What's that, dear? You want to make love to me, don't you? I know what you like. Well, just wait, get in the queue. I'd like to talk to you about courtesy today because I don't believe you young people know much about it. I was on a bus the other day and not one young person offered me a seat. In fact, they were all very rude, even when I cracked them over the head with my shopping. And then some strange young chap said if I liked, I could sit on his face. How ridiculous. That wouldn't be comfortable at all. I wanted a seat on the bus, not a part in some absurd circus act. In my day, the only time you were rude to an old person, well, you were thrashed to within an inch of your life with a lamb shank and then forced to drink castor oil until your bowels exploded. That soon taught you some respect. Oh, yes. And body piercing's something I don't enjoy either. Anyone here with any body piercings? I bet there are. What have you got done? Your eyebrows, nipples? Oh, it's disgusting. Your vulva, is it, dear? Oh, how interesting. I saw a picture in a magazine with all these bits, deluded fools with bits pierced. There was a girl with a ring through her nose and all these metal bits stuck in her eyebrows. She looked like a junkyard. And then there was some dreadful fellow that had put a ring through his scrotum. Now, there's nothing attractive about that part of a man's anatomy. Jewellery's not going to make it pretty. It's only going to draw attention to it. And if it's pain young people want, well, why not just stab yourselves with a compass? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a bit of self-flagellation. In fact, it's healthy. But in my day, we simply used a peach stick or anything lying about, a tumbleweed perhaps, and you could go for your life. But the only time people put metal in their bodies is if they went to war and had half their brain blown out. Nothing wrong with that. Now, I've got a couple of things I want to say about the year 2002. I haven't made resolutions. I have what you would call expectations. Things I would like to see change in the year 2002. For a start, I've been far too lenient on young people in the past, and look where it's got me. Absolutely nowhere. I'm still here. So now it's time to really get tough. Obviously, chaining youngsters to electrified fences and burning their ears off hasn't made any difference to their behaviour. They're still displaying inappropriate forms of behaviour and growing taller every year. It's unthinkable. So I'd like zero tolerance for young people in the year 2002. Thank you, yes. Now, I'm not saying that if young people were seen walking down the street, they should be stopped and questioned. I'm saying they should be hurled immediately into a divvy van and driven straight to jail after having their scrotums whipped with a bicycle chain. And if that sounds unreasonable to you, then you're probably a young person and should find yourself a cupboard to live in. I mean, it's just common sense. And I'm not waiting for legislation to change either. I'm going to start doing it now and expect others to follow in my footsteps. The second thing I would like to see in 2002 Well, what the hell is going on with bananas in this country? They're getting bigger and bigger, but where has the flavour gone? And they're getting a lot straighter too, which is a most suspicious development. And I think the only place you could get a decent banana these days is if you fly to Vietnam, but I'm hardly going to do that just to purchase a piece of bent fruit. However, if any of you banana lovers have just about had it and you decide to take a trip to Southeast Asia, don't blame me when you get an infestation of liver flukes and hepatitis, or you end up jewelly-ending somebody's wok. So to avoid such horrors, I would like to see a public inquiry into the state of this country's bananas. Thank you. And I don't know if I had anything else to say. Oh, yes. Is that about my time up, do you think? Yeah, well, whatever. One more thing I'd like to say. I've been Ethel Chop, and you can all go to hell.